lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Swing and a foul straight back. And that one hammered way back there. And that one's gone. He circles the bases, and just like that, they're out front. It's 2-0.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out?
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
One gone, runner at first. And here's the first baseman, Colt Keith. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And now 2 aboard.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Just a very nice approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center.
And now Jace Young. Liner, base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
Rogers.
Next to hit, Jake Rogers. That one finds the zone. 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Kicks and deals. This one is blasted. A no-doubter. Grand slam. Their third home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. It's 7-0.
You know, more than 100 grand slams are hit every season in baseball, but they're still exciting every single time. Well, he comes through big time with the grand slam here, but you also got to give some credit to the guys ahead of him. Good at bats to get on base and really set the table for a very special moment in this one.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Kodai Senga won't go any further, and this is one he'd like to forget. Back with a new arm after this.
Now pitching.
Taking over on the mound for the Mets, Sean Reed Foley.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Now it's the shortstop, Trey Sweeney. And first offering is fouled off. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Gosh, here it is, hit it. 3-pitch strikeout, all fastballs. Man, he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch right now.
So the lineup flips over. Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers. And there's a foul ball. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. Back there. Onto the track. And he makes the catch. The final damage here. They bat around. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the mound today, Tarek Skubal. What should we keep an eye on here?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Lindor jumps out of the way of ball one.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs. Well, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare, only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
Fastball in for a strike. And the count is even 2-2.
2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that's way high. And now it's 3-2.
He really committed to that fastball up at the top of the zone. He knows that if he makes a mistake in the zone, it gets hit hard by a power guy like this.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And that one is off the wall. Around second now as they still don't have it. Safely into third with a leadoff triple.
All over that one right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Juan Soto now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Lindor at third with nobody out. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left hand.
And a ground ball to first. That's out number 1. And a run comes in to score. And now it's Mark Vientos.
Third baseman, Mark Vientos.
And first offering is fouled off. Fly ball down the line. Keith flying after this one. Makes the grab. Nice play after the long run. And there's 2 down. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just in a flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit. And then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
Couldn't catch up to the heater. Top of the second. Here is Gleyber Torres.
Second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Reed Foley back to work. On the ground to the left. And that's just foul. Reed Foley, a 6'3" righty. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, and he works in a slider.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Hit hard, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
Riley Green getting ready to hit. He's already homered here in this one. Drilled out towards left center. Field, that's well struck. And it hits the fence. And they're at the corners with nobody out. So they're at the corners now. And next up for the Tigers, Kerry Carpenter. He's already homered in this game. And a foul ball. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Soto pulls that one down. Runner tagging and heading for home. He's in to score on the sac fly. It's 8-1.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Swings here and drives one well left field, way back, and you can forget it. A massive home run, and they add to their lead. It's 10-1. That's their fourth home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
One out, base is empty. And now the first baseman, Colt Keith. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Here's the third baseman, Jace Young. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. That one is absolutely belted way back there. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. The relay. And he'll pull into second safely.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now
catcher,
on the night. And just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Second and third, one gone. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Jake Rogers. He hit a grand slam his first time up. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 13-1. That's their fifth homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Sean Reed Foley departs, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the
Daniel
Mets.
Nunez into the
Number
game.
72.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
So up next, Trey Sweeney.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
And that one is lifted in the air. Nimmo makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Now batting, center fielder Parker Meadows.
Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers. 0 for 2 in this one. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. He'll touch them all. Their 3rd home run of the inning, and they add to the lead. It's 14-1.
Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
2 outs, base is empty. Gleyber Torres up to the plate. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. They go back to back, and they add on. It's 15-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So 2 down. Riley Green up now for the Tigers. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Taylor going back on this one. Pulls it in on the warning track. But
Now playing shortstop. Number 28. Javier Baez.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
And that one clips the corner.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
And he'll step off and take the signs again. Only one more disengagement left after that move. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there. At least to bounce something off, extend that at bat.
Starling Marte up to hit. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
0-1.
Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-2. Gary Simmons has the plate duty in this one.
Well, with Simmons, it's not always your standard strike zone, Boog. It kind of gives a little extra in some parts of the zone and then can be tighter in others. But I think the important thing is he doesn't get labeled as inconsistent. So you got to stay ready up there.
Torres over to first. Marte retired.
Tyrone Taylor.
Next to hit, Tyrone Taylor. Back to the mound. He's got it. Fires over to first. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Back here in the desert, new inning getting started. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Terry Carpenter. Swing and a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
So man aboard, and now the right fielder, Matt Vierling. And first offering is fouled off. And that one ripped into right. Makes the grab, one away.
Now batting, the first baseman, Colt Keith.
And here's the first baseman, Colt Keith. Here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change. New pitcher now, Reed Garrett.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Oh, 1 down. Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now batting, center fielder, Parker Meadows.
Back to the top of the Detroit order. Here's the center fielder, Parker Meadows. That's out to center field. Taylor ranging after it. And that's the 3rd out. As we go to the last of the 3rd, and stepping in for New York, Francisco Alvarez. And first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
1-1's the count.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Rogers makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Now it's the second baseman, Luis Angel Acuna. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out.
No, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but it certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Lindor in the box now. No balls and a strike. In the air, center field. Meadows. And that will end the inning. So they go back here at Chase Field. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And set to lead off the 4th, Gleyber Torres. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And it one-hops the wall.
Up next for the Tigers, left fielder,
Man at first,
Wiley
nobody
Green.
out. Riley Green up now for the Tigers. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in.
Terry
Nice line drive to
Carpenter.
the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
And next is the designated hitter, Terry Carpenter. Line drive. Drops in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. The relay to third. The tag. And he's out. But they do get a run. Not in time. He's safe.
Now batting, right fielder, Matt Vierling.
Matt Vierling, the next to hit. Right down to shoot. 0-1.
0-1.
There's a swing and a drive. And that one is off the top of the wall. The run comes in from second, and they extend their lead.
Up next for the Tigers, first
And at
baseman
first,
Colt
Keith up now for the Tigers. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. He hammers one out to right. It's 22-1. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Reed Garrett gives way. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching. for the New
And
York
we've got
Mets,
ourselves a pitching change.
number
Danny Young.
81.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Toss to Alonso. 2 away.
Now batting, catcher Jake
Here's the
Rogers.
catcher, Jake Rogers. And a chance to make some history here, Chris.
Yeah, he's homered 3 times so far, and now he gets another chance. At least we think. We'll see if the pitcher gives him anything to hit. It's so rare to see a 3-homer performance, but even more special for that player to get another chance at the plate to do it again for 4.
That's not coming back. And he's gone yard again. His 4th home run of the game. And they add a run. It's 23-1. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Wow, this is awesome. I mean, a 4-homer game. They're just so rare. They're so special and just so tough to pull off as well. Everything has to line up for you, but of course, you got to make it happen too. And these are the types of performances that people just don't forget, and it's definitely going to live on in history.
So here's Baez now. Scorched to center. No doubt. Another one. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 24-1. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there. No doubt about it. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Parker Meadows. That one is hammered right field. That's back there. It has the distance, gone. He's done it again. his second homer of the game, and they tack one on the board. It's 25-1.
They wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Back-to-back-to-back home runs, and these guys look so dominant right now. Pitcher might want to check and see if he's tipping his pitches or not, but I tell you what, if this was basketball, that opposing team would call a timeout to try to slow down this offense.
Gleyber Torres up to hit. No question about this one. It's out of here. So he goes yard to left. His second home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 26-1.
Wow, 4 consecutive home runs. These guys are taking batting practice in the game. Just unbelievable at bats. And I tell you what, that hitting coach over there in the dugout, he's feeling pretty proud of himself right now.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Danny Young will depart, and the home run really bit him today. The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Brian Stanek. He's into the game with the bases empty. Now at the plate, Riley Green.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
And that is out of play. Swung on, belted. And a foul ball. Swing and a ball driven out to center. That one back. And that one is gone up onto the balcony. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they boost their lead. It's 27-1.
I guess it's safe to say it's raining home runs now as well. Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel.
That one ripped. And foul ball. One. Swing and a foul out of play. Two down, nobody on. In the air out towards right center. Taylor sizing this one up. And makes the play, and that's out number 3. But they put a 9 spot up on the board here to open up a big lead. We're midway in the 4th. Detroit is out in front, 27-1. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Do you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards, so we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
So my dad told me that he had a bunch of Mickey Mantle rookie cards and a whole bunch of valuable cards, and his mom tossed them because, what did she know? So I made my mom keep all my baseball cards, and I really don't have any that are valuable. And that story stunk by me. Anyway. The pitch timer expired before he started his windup, so that's a ball.
That must be incredibly frustrating for the pitcher, but this is all about creating more action and speeding up the game, and it's working. frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Vientos stands in now and watches strike one. Oh, and they're going to tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, and that's a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. And they have their first hit since the first inning.
Now batting, the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso, right through there for a strike. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. Fought off foul. Vientos, the base runner at first with one out. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Skubal gets the strikeout.
Just overmatched on that fastball right there, and it wasn't like he was set up for it by something off speed earlier in the at-bat. Just came right after him with 3 straight, and he had no answer for it.
Nimmo in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike.
An at-bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Rogers makes the catch, and that ends the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Vierling. Stanek back to work. That one fouled hard the other way.
Well, these Tigers doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. Double-digit hits, and they've done a great job of avoiding the strikeout. Only one of them so far, which tells you a lot.
And down on strikes he goes, and that's the first out.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking